Good evening, everyone. Ads here from Unity Trading Group. Welcome to the Tuesday update. And of course, like always, before we begin, check out the links down below in our signature box and, of course, the description as well. Those links will help you find where we continue the conversation past this video, of course. If you want to know more about anything that we do here, you can follow us down below in our trading view, leave us a comment, like the video, of course. But without further ado, BTC, where are we at? Where have we been? Yesterday, we spoke pretty intensely about this level of supply that we find ourselves pushing through, and we have made that higher high. And of course, we did have that pullback towards our top level there. Of course, the previous high, should I say that? So I'm very pleased about the outcome of what has occurred. But we didn't have the pullback that we wanted in the sense of, cooling off some of these indicators that have been quite overbought for some time. But that happens in markets like BTC, especially on a lower time frame where we are, lower time frame where we're observing oversold or overbought conditions for quite some time. But as described yesterday, we had a look at the 1 hour time frame, and I'm pleased to say that what we discussed last night did come to light, and we were looking towards a lower time frame move to the upside, potentially to move through that level of supply that we find ourselves in. So that has happened nicely. But what happens from here? Where do we go from here? What is the key play? So now we've gotten rid of this level of supply. We're now sitting in the middle of, two major or key levels, one of which being 48,000 up the top here, and the other of which being 38,000. So there's a $10,000 difference in the main two levels of this market, and they have been retested to confirm validity or validate the areas that we're looking at. So what can we expect? Now, that's probably going to be answered on a daily time frame. And I know this is a 4 hour zone, and we can take the daily zones into consideration as well, which would be around 48,500, 48,800, roughly thereabouts the same sort of place anyway. But the daily is probably going to give us a better idea. So you can probably see what's happening on the daily, where we've had a push, we've had a decent pullback, and now we're pushing again. That's probably going to be the play if we're looking at a daily time frame, if I'm to be completely honest. And let's draw in the daily level of fibs as well. So let's get rid of a lot of this stuff on the chart, and let's draw it in properly. Fib retracement. So if we go to swing low to the medium section there, where we find the high, you can see the negative 38.2 is very close to our level of supply there. We are sitting on the negative 23 currently on the Fibonacci retrace. So that's okay. If we get rid of that and we use our trusty Fibonacci, where is it? There it is. Trend-based fib extension, go up and down. You can see the the 78.6 is very close to that point as well. So that really gives me a little bit of confidence. And if we come back down, if we go from swing high, we're just looking for some validations here, swing high to swing low on the overall chart, we are stuck on the 50 currently. So mixed signals on the one from top down. But all in all, overall swing high, or even overall, swing to the recent high, and using our trend base, looking okay for this level at 48, thereabouts to be tested on this time frame. Whether or not we get a immediate pullback now on a lower time frame is to be determined. If we are to draw in the most relevant level on the 4 hour time frame, you can see the 38.2 does hold some significance in terms of the market structure, as would the 50 and the 61. The 50 lining up to some liquidity on the left, which is our previous high, and of course the 61 prior to that. But if we are to see some movements on the overall time scale, I think the 38.2 at 44,000 or 43,100 is going to be the most relevant level for me, if not the 23. But we are, noticing a little bit of diminished volume, as I should call it, as we draw closer to this level. As we, push higher and higher, the volume is still decreasing ever so slightly in that direction. So what does all this mean? What can we, really ascertain from these charts that we've really been thrown at now? Currently, for me, the daily time frame is the most, I wouldn't say common, but the most prevalent in terms of how much data you can really extrapolate from them, and the validity of said data sets in regards to steamroller, in regards to RSI, steamroller being our indicator, RSI, of course, the RSI as we all know it. But we are moving still towards that overbought region. In regards to RSI, we are now forming a divergence when it comes to that comparison to that. So it is a bearish divergence forming. Whether or not we meet 50,000 or even 48,000 is going to come to light over the next couple of days. If I had to give you my honest opinion, and it is an opinion, not financial advice at all, I think this level, in terms of our level of supply here, our most relevant on a 4-hour time frame, is probably going to be the area that most interests me. Take that as you will. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. Draw your own conclusions, but I think this level for me is the most relevant, and that's 48 pretty much on the dot. And we're not too far away, honestly. Only $2,000 away from that. That's a 5% move, not very far in the way of BTC, or as far as BTC is concerned. So, taking all that into consideration, we have two overbought indicators, one forming a divergence. We are getting close to a pivot point, in my opinion, on a 4-hour time frame, with the level of supply sitting at that point. And of course, we do have a lot of swing low to swing high Fibonacci extensions sitting around that point as well. So there's a few bits and pieces to look at in regards to all that. So take that with a grain of salt. Let us know what you think down below. There's no wrong answers, of course. It hasn't happened yet, so there's no wrong answers. And we look forward to hearing from you all. You can find us down in the links down below. If we're wrong, we're wrong. If we're right, well, fantastic. Of course, draw your own conclusions, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.